Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Seven Deadly Sins, Season 2, Episode 2. So this is like Signs of a Holy War, or Signs of Holy War is the name of the series, so I don't know what's truly considered Season 2. Netflix calls it Season 2, but it's the little 4 episode bit before we get to the main thing, just so you guys know. I'm sure you've watched the first episode anyway, and you're here, you know where I'm at, but yeah, I am watching this on Netflix, so you guys know for syncing purposes, and I need to set up the subtitles. I am watching in English subtitles, not the CC, not the closed captions, I think is what the CC means. So I think that's the better subtitles, is just putting it in the English subtitles, not the CC. I think the CC might be like, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, honestly. Because I was going to say I think the CC are automatic, but I don't think they are, because automatic would be Japanese, so I don't know. But the non-CC seem to be fine for episode 1, so yeah, guys. Last time on the first episode, we had some minor recap stuff. It wasn't too bad, and then we had some fun antics chasing Hawk around the town. Everyone kind of got into it, made it into kind of a competition. Um, we had the reveal of Meliodas. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name for a second there. Meliodas went to the horn that Bond talked to, and basically they knew each other 3,000 years ago. So Meliodas is extremely old. We still don't know how old. Like, he could be, I talked about it in the discussion, but he could be, like, just over 3,000 years old. Maybe that was the start of his life. Or he could be 10,000 years old, and that's just when they talked last. But, he destroyed the horn, but I feel like that's not the end of whatever that horn being was. I feel like that's way too easy if it was. But, and then we're prepping for a potential fight between Bon and Meliodas, and I'm not sure, like, I feel like Meliodas needs to try to explain to Bon what that horn is, because it seemed like when Bon mentioned it, it seemed like Meliodas wanted to say, it's not what you think it is. So I'm wondering if it really is a goddess, like it claimed to be, or is it, like, part of the demon world, or maybe the goddesses just aren't as good as you'd assume a goddess to be with our, like, stereotypes. Maybe goddesses are just another race like humans, and they have, like, major flaws and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this episode. So I'm hoping we get a fight. That's what I was hoping for. So yeah, let's jump into it and find out. Alrighty, guys, so all my videos are timer based, as you probably know by now, but I figured I'd repeat it. So you guys need your own footage, like I mentioned at the start of this. I am watching it on Netflix in subbed, and you guys can sync to my timer. So we are going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Netflix. Based on a manga. I don't know if we had that Netflix opening last time. Maybe we did. I've been watching a couple shows on Netflix now. Yep. Okay, so recapping the deal with the horn thing. I like how he didn't have a reaction until she finished. Oh wait. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're still on recap. I thought they started the fight, and I was like, wait, did I miss something? Yeah, this is where they put the fight on hold. Yep. But yeah, that whole naming thing was kind of funny. It's kind of like if, they go into the fight. It's kind of like if someone said to you, like, President Donald, and you're just like, and like Trump, and you're like, I had no idea you were talking about President Donald Trump until you said Trump. Alright, he's here. We're gonna jump right into the opening before the fight starts, aren't we? That little smile. I love that little bit. Yeah, that's right. We had possible Hendrickson and Dreyfus being alive. At least like part of part of Hendrickson maybe that was flying through the air, and then I think it was Hendrickson that showed up at the door. Forgot to mention that in my little recap. This is an interesting opening. Like some of the imagery is like suits and stuff like that. I don't know. Suits and dresses. Hmm. It's funny that Elizabeth was the one that looked big in that shot too, walking. I'm pretty sure it was perspective, right? Walking with with Hawk's mom in the background. But it's funny that like that was a perspective thing where Diane is the giant, but for some reason Elizabeth is like that. But man, I'm looking forward to just getting more into this show again. Because the last episode was kind of like, really goofy, although we did learn some like awesome stuff and those reveals were great, but majority of the episode was just like messing around. So if this episode we're getting some action and stuff, I always love the fighting in this show. Our Fighting Festival. Oh, interesting title. Oh, a party? What? What? So they're turning it into a festival. Ugh, that sucks. Oh my god, she's like falling in love with him. Oh, so it wasn't even Meliodas' plan. Oh, did Hawk do it? Yeah, he's very serious about it and killing Meliodas. I'm sure it's going to be even harder for him to pull it off. Hmm. Ah, Merlin, what are you up to? Oh, damn. Yeah, shit. Is it going to be all of them against him? They're so far back now. I didn't think they were that far back before. Maybe they were. Uh, who knew he had a code like that? Meliodas. Oh. Oh, okay. Nice. Is Merlin's jacket painted on? How the hell does that not just flop open? I can't remember her name, the one that's like falling in love with Bond now. He friggin' like stripped her down and shamed her and thought she was a boy the first time they met in the first season, right? Friggin' Gil is so different now too. Oh man. Oh geez. He's fast. Meliodas still seems very uppity about this. When Bond is out to kill. Oh damn. Oh damn. I love how Meliodas just gets up. Yep. Friggin' Gil. 13% of their strength, damn. Gotta stretch. Oh man. Oh god. Rapid fire. Consecutive normal punches. Oh, messed up his footing. And just twirling him around, okay. Oh my god, the blood! Just smeared all the way around it. Oh. Oh, now we cut to the king. Uh. Well, that's ominous dark hallway room thing. What? 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 How many doors? What? He's still going. What dark secrets do you possess? What? He's just floating outside the castle? Whoa. What the hell is going on? Oh, everything's gone. Plunged into utter darkness. The One Ring? Oh. Huh. Oh, he sees the future. Is that, like, a vague prediction? Huh. That's right, he can see his future, I think. I forgot about that. Are his predictions always that vague, though? Alright. I still don't know how Meliodas plans to stop Bon. Oh my god. What a goofy little scene. You lovesick young pups. Oh my god, there's gonna start multiple fights going on. Is Merlin gonna make them another cage too? They just start their own little fighting rings. Friggin' Hawk. Oh, Meliodas is such a goofball. I love that music in the background. Just selling some ale. No instruments. What? Oh no, King is screwed! Oh no. Oh. Her reaction. He's gonna suck. I have a feeling. Didn't he do terribly in the last fighting festival too? He went back to a small form. What? Oh. Dancing fairy! Their reactions. Is he just gonna like miss? Oh. Everyone falling over. Such immense power. Oh, poor King. Kill Thunder. You what? Weak. Oh shoot. Oh my god, the blood splatter. Oh no, she's gonna faint from all the blood. Maybe. Just getting started, alright. Hunterfest. Have you seen that before? Or is he stealing power from everybody else? Uh-oh. Yeah. He's stealing power from everyone else, and that's why Merlin took off. Why do I have a feeling that girl that loves Bond now is gonna, like, enjoy this way too much? Her skirt is way too short. Everybody behind her could look up and just get full view right now. Damn. Oh, jeez. Oh, he's jacked. Uh-oh. Damn, he was fast. Oh, shoot. Oh, damn, that's a lot of blood. Yeah, that was a lot of blood from Meliodas. I mean, we've seen Meliodas regenerate a bit, right? But I don't know if he has as much regenerative power as Bond does. Hmm. It's amazing that he could hear that. I could love anime. Oh, he's smiling. Damn. Even after all those punches, Meliodas seems fine. Oh! Oh! What? He just twisted his arm off! Oh, is he stealing Meliodas' power? Or he stole his arm back? Goddamn. Uh, how's there dust inside that? Unless it got kicked up from the ground or something. Oh, is it over? Uh, I'm guessing Meliodas is gonna be tired too. Captain, you alive? Hmm. Hmm. So is this gonna be the gag of it, where they just every now and then fight to the point where they're exhausted but they can't kill each other? I thought he said he couldn't move for a while. Hmm. Interesting. Oh. Hmm. Okay. What? All right. So I guess they just Came to terms that easily. Alright. Interesting. I mean, it's very typical for this show, but I thought there'd be like a little bit more to it than that. I feel like something's gonna come back with it though. I'll discuss more of that in the discussion though. We'll just watch this outro. I like how they have like the shots of all the characters and then it like fades out to show something in the silhouette of them. I still want to learn more about that stuff, the backstory of Meliodas and stuff. Do 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 do. I loved Gil in this episode. It's so like night and day of his personality. I wonder how long Diane's gonna be small for. I kind of miss her in her giant form. I feel like it doesn't give her much that's special outside of it, but all right. Oh, I think we have a little bit of after credit stuff. Oh, back to this stuff again. Yeah, this looks like Dreyfus, but how is he alive? Yeah, it's like an arm. It looks like a hmm. Just a big mountainy valley area. Oh no, we killed them! What are you doing, man? That's definitely Dreyfus, or unless he has like a twin or something. What the heck? Alright, now it's the end. Alrighty guys, so yeah, that's the end of episode 2. Man, I guess just to get out of the way there at the very end, that after credit scene, I don't know why Dreyfus is back. I don't know why he seems more evil now. Like, in season 1, he was definitely bad. He did bad stuff. Part of it was because I think he was threatened, but then also part of it, I think, was just like him. I don't know. Like, him still trying to like cover up his past, which isn't a great person, but I never thought he was as evil as Hendrickson. But him asking for information about that thing and then just killing that kid and most likely his father too. That's just horrible. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if he's like a demon and that's how he lived, or I don't know. But I really have no idea. But once again, you know, that thing flying is just like a disembodied arm with the same skin tone as Hendrickson, so I'm wondering if Hendrickson is, you know, still alive. Same thoughts I had before, but yeah, interesting. They went to this valley area where there's known to be a lot of monsters or whatever, and that's where we left off. So we're just getting little bits and pieces of that story as we go, I guess. But yeah, I guess we'll jump to. This might be a short discussion just because a lot of the episode was fighting, you know. But jump to the King's thing. I'm trying to figure out like because he always talked about how he had the ability to see into his own future. That's how he knew someone with like a what was it, like a crimson boar or something would come and take him away or whatever, and that was supposed to be Merlin. The crimson boar was her tattoo, and she took him away to help him, you know, and and I wonder how accurate. I mean, I guess if all he knew about Merlin was the crimson boar, that means his future predictions are probably very vague and left open for interpretation. Now this, I mean, I don't want to metagame it too much, but this little four-part series is called Sign of Holy War. I wonder, like, how he's gonna interpret it, because he walked through a bunch of doors until he floated outside the castle, and then, like, the landscape and the sky just, like, vanished into darkness, so I don't know what the doorways could represent, but the vanishing into darkness could mean, like, the end of everything, you know? If I were to try to interpret that. But then there was that little like ring of lava where like black things shot out of, and I don't know. I don't know how to interpret that either. So I guess I'm just gonna wait until like the story tells me. But I just yeah I mean I guess lava could represent like hell, which could represent demons. Maybe the demons are gonna rise again or something. Um, and that like the black stuff shooting out of the lava was representation of like the demons rising. I don't know, but so I mean, I guess if I were to make a prediction, trying to come up with this myself, based off what we saw, is maybe the doors could represent an amount of time, and then the darkness represents the end of everything, and then like I said, the ring, the fiery ring represents hell, and the thing shooting out of it represents demons rising. So my guess would be, in a certain amount of time, the demons are going to be released, which was the whole part of season one. Was Hendrickson was trying to release the demon race using that broken sword and a bunch of other pieces that and everything. So maybe that door is going to be opened, the demons are going to be let out, and that's going to be the end of everything. So that's my best prediction off of his thing. But I'm curious because that's supposed to be a future that he's centered around, so I don't know how it involves him. I mean, I guess it sounds like it would involve the entire world. So I guess in that regard, it does affect him. So that's why he was able to see that future, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, cool stuff. But I guess the rest of the episode was just the fight, right? Which, I mean, that's kind of like one of the downsides I have about, like, shows, is it's really hard to just talk about the fights too much, other than to say, like, I thought the fighting was cool. I had no idea how they were going to resolve it, so just that being a part of it was very interesting to me. The tone they set was very interesting because, as far as I knew, Bond just wanted to kill Meliodas, although it seems like he sort of changed his mind on that based off, like, how they left off at the end of the fight, but I thought it was weird that they like turned it into a festival and made it so like goofy and fun. Like the last festival made sense because they were just like in it for fun. But this was Bond wanting to kill Meliodas so that way Elaine could come back, someone that he loved and cherished. And it was just like weird like having all these spectators around and everything as well. I was kind of in the headset of like Bond, where like this should be settled kind of like man to man on your own. But I mean, it's kind of typical for Seven Deadly Sins to turn, something that is supposed to be serious into something comical and like a gag. But yeah, I had no idea as the fight went how it would be resolved, because for one, Bond can't die, but I guess he can get worn out, and Meliodas is very strong. I think. I guess I don't even know if Meliodas could die. We don't know Meliodas' limits really. Like, I don't know if we've ever seen his limits. I mean, I guess like versing Dreyfus, if he went like full power with like the demon mark and everything that he brings up and everything, would he have been able to fight Dreyfus, or if he is he just not as strong? I'm not sure, but not Dreyfus. Sorry, Hendrickson is what the name I was looking for. Um, but in the last season, it took the combination of like everyone's power to defeat Hendrickson. So, and then even then, I think Hendrickson was still alive, right? And it was the power of Elizabeth like awakening as a apostle that that really did it, I think. if I remember correctly. But yeah, so I don't know. I truly I feel like we've never seen Meliodas' true strength. I feel like for a demon being that has been around for 3,000 years and how nonchalant he acts, I feel like we haven't seen him truly serious yet, even back in that Hendrickson fight. But I could be wrong. But yeah, so I mean, really, Bond couldn't die because he always regenerates. I mean, maybe Meliodas knows of a way to kill him. Maybe if you vaporize every cell in like a demon blast with a certain type of flames that like stop regeneration, he'd be able to kill Bond. But I don't know. Like, is there a way to kill Bond? No idea. But I guess they just wore each other out to the point where they couldn't really move. It's a very anime thing that when people say, like, oh man, I can't move another muscle for a while, and then he's just walking home carrying Bon, I mean, carrying Meliodas. It's a very anime thing that they do that, where they're like, I couldn't move another inch, and then they just get up 2 seconds later. Or they get knocked down during a fight and they can't move and can't get back up to help in the fight until the second the fight's over, and then everybody gets back on their feet and starts moving around again. It's very anime. I mean, I don't know why I pointed it out because I'm so used to it at this point, but I just figured I would. But um Gil Thunder was hilarious this episode. I love his personality change now that he's kind of he's not being coerced into, being evil anymore. And now he just has this totally different, like, energy about him and everything. And he's just sitting there crying because he gets to see the Seven Deadly Sins fight, who were, his heroes when he was a kid and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And then the fight between Hauser, I think his name is, and King was just goofy. It kind of ended how I expected. They did juke me a little bit when King first started saying his, like, dance of the fairies, like, fighting technique or whatever. I thought, like, maybe King would be able to do more, and he just never showed it before. But nope, it pretty much went like I thought, and King was very weak without his weapon, and just, I mean, they didn't even really, like, I guess he did hit him, right? And then Diane came over and consoled him, which I guess in a way there wasn't really a winner to that fight. Like, King lost the fight, but got Diane to, like, worry about him and be like over him, and then Hauser over there, whose whole goal was to, fight it out so that way he could kind of be the victor and be the one to not get Diane, because it wasn't a fight over, like, who gets her. You can't do that, but, like, they were trying to settle their differences, and technically he won, but I think he still lost because he probably would have rather Diane to console him, and stuff like that. But so it was like a no-win situation there for either of them. But the blood in this episode was gruesome. Maybe a little bit over the top, but I also kind of like when a show is able to show blood like that. Although well, no, because Bond heals. Never mind. I was gonna say the wear and tear doesn't really, like, show as well. Um, like, it's Bond heals, so none of his wounds would have stayed. But Meliodas is like, the way they animate him being wounded is just like random little, like, red scuff marks on his face, and sometimes it's hard to tell if those are scuff marks or if they're actually supposed to be, like, really bad cuts. Sometimes I wish it was animated a little bit better, so that way you can actually tell, like, the extent of the person's damages and stuff like that. But I do like that they don't shy away from showing blood. Like, some anime, they just, won't show blood, even though it's supposed to be this whole big, like, bloody mess of a battle. In the manga, it was, like, insane, because mangas are typically darker, I believe. At least majority of what I've heard. I don't read a lot of mangas, but I think a lot of it has to do with the time slot that it's shown on TV, and in this case, it's a Netflix original, I believe. So, um, I think it's kind of more allowed. You know, Netflix is allowed to show a lot more gruesome stuff than the normal, but yeah, I guess in the end, you know, while Bond was carrying Meliodas, they just talked it out, and it seemed like Bond was kind of apologizing for before, and then asked about the horn, and Meliodas said he like destroyed it, and he said like, "What about the goddess?" And he said he called it a blowheart, which maybe that was just a pun based off the fact that it's called a horn, you know, and that's why they were laughing. But I also wonder if they were laughing like if it's not really a goddess, if that's what it means, you know. Um, but he's kind of like laughed it off. So I mean, they implied that they were gonna fight again, that they were gonna have to like continue this another time. But based off that little conversation at the end, I'm not sure that Bond is still like, you know, I don't think he wants to kill Meliodas in order to revive Elaine anymore. At least for now, you know. Maybe if he finds another way to actually do it that doesn't involve the horn, maybe he would. But we'll see, I guess. And also, I have a feeling that whole horn thing is going to come back. I feel like they made a point to give us a connection to Meliodas 3,000 years ago. Meliodas seemed to know it. It pinned the two of the sins against each other. I feel like it was like way too fleeting of a scene for it to be something that is destroyed so easily by Meliodas, right? So I think it's gonna come back. Now, Seven Deadly Sins does a good job at making something seem like it should be important, but it's really not, and they just blow it off, you know? So it's very possible I could be completely wrong, and it could never come back again, you know? And this could be the end of it, but I think I'm going to hold on to, I wouldn't say hope, because I'm not truly invested in that storyline, aside from the fact of I wanting to know more about Meliodas' past. That's the only thing, really. But the rest of it, like reviving Elaine and stuff like that, I don't really like have that much attachment to it. So if it never comes back, I won't be that disappointed. But I think I'm still gonna keep it in the back of my mind that like this is something that could come back, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I can really say about this episode. You know, it's just a lot of fighting and stuff like that. But majority of the episode was. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I mean, I feel like the amount of disconnection between Dreyfus and the little flying arm that I assume is Hendrickson, and the disconnect between our main characters is so large that I feel like that's setting up for a future season. Like, I feel like they're not going to come together because we only have two more episodes in this little four-parter, you know, so I don't know what they're going to do for these last two episodes, but I feel like it'd be too much for them to, you know, find Dreyfus, understand what's going on, and get, you know, a big fight to conclude all that, you know, so I imagine this is all just prepping us for the next season, maybe, but which is like 24 episodes or something. So they'd have a lot more time to do stuff like that. But they're also supposed to be going to King Arthur and doing something for him, right? Or did they do that off camera? Or did they not do that yet? Is that next season? I don't know, but yeah, anyways, guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also check out the next episode right now if you check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Morthadon, or the link is in the description below. Yeah, I appreciate any support on there. There's also my Patreon show that I have started. The first episode is out now. Actually, by the time you're watching this, the second episode is probably out. So you can check that out. That is actually maybe even the third. I'm watching Soul Eater as my Patreon show. So if you're interested in that and you want to support the channel, check that out. I very much appreciate it. But yeah, guys, have a good one, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye bye.